in this video I'm going to talk to you about a guy called Michael Franzese. They say he was the highest paid mafia boss since Al Capone. But what's fascinating about this guy and relevant to us is he talks about the importance of leadership skills and management skills in the mob. He talks about how to choose the right people for the right job, human resource skills. Check out the clip.
They said you are the highest moneymaker mafia boss outside of Al Capone. You were making 6 to 8 mil a week.
Then he goes on to talk about how it's important to keep people motivated and make sure they're doing their job.
I recognized a good deal because I got a lot of stuff thrown at me. And I recognized what was good and what wasn't going to work. And that's important because you can waste your time with stuff all day long. And secondly was, I always say, I knew how to put the right people in the right place and get them and motivated them to do the work properly. My mantra always was at that time, do what you do best and delegate the rest.
And even more interesting, he talks about negotiation skills and how negotiating with John Gotti, and he was able to get the better deal with John Gotti by letting John Gotti believe he was winning. Check it out.
How was Gotti like, personality-wise? Why did he have this, larger than life story, and nowhere near the kind of money you brought him? What made him that special?
Yeah, well, Gotti was tough. I mean, you knew going in, you had to just outsmart him and let him think he won, but you get out of there with what you want. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to deal with him. Long story short, it may sound silly, but it wasn't at the time. We had a big flea market, a swap meet, and there were two partners there. One of them was an accountant, legitimate guy, and he was my guy. And there was another guy that he was partners with that was kind of a street guy, and they couldn't get along. And the kid was stealing out of the market, so the guy came to me, so I threw the kid out of the market. I said, you can't come back, you're done. We're taking it over. Well, he runs to John. And John says, he gets in touch with me. He says, Mike, this kid belongs to me and half the market is mine. I said, John, the guy didn't even know who you were. He ran to you, now all of a sudden you know him your whole life, That's what happens in that life. So I have a big sit down and we can't get along. And I told my guy, I said, you're never gonna get along with this guy and I'm never gonna get along with John in this market. I said, so we have to do something. Either we're gonna buy him out or he's gonna buy us out. So I knew at the time that he would never stand for me buying him out. Never.
Pride.
Yeah, pride. So I had to have him buy me out. But if I told him to buy me out, he wouldn't buy me out. So I went in there and we sat down. I said, John, I'm buying you out. And the first words, it's like I knew, you don't buy me out, I buy you out. I said, no, I'm buying you. We went back and forth. Finally, I gave in. I said, all right, buy me out,
And lastly, but not least, he talks about the importance of listening skills. Listening. Let the other guy talk, he says. Because by letting the other guy talk, you get more information. It strengthens your position as a negotiator, or maybe as a salesperson. So you know what it is the other guy's thinking. And since people love to talk anyway, whether it's the mob or real life, let them talk. You're just collecting information, man. You just sit back, get all that information, and then it makes it easier for you to be able to craft a proper offer or negotiate from a point of strength because you have an idea what they're on. Check out what he said.
Going in, I would figure out what I wanted, what I would settle for, and I would keep, I learned one thing. It's always great to let the other person talk. Let them talk. Let them just keep talking. Throw out a word that gets him a little bit and he'll talk more. And as he's talking, you can kind of figure out his mentality, his personality, what you can get out of him, what you can't get out of him. And it helped me a lot in negotiating deals later on. And sometimes you may be the smartest person in the room and you don't want anybody to know that. You just want to keep quiet like you don't know anything and let them think they're smarter than you.